Welcome back to A Stoic Plays, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Marcus Aurelius, and this is Life in Bunker by Flox Studios. This is a game that is going to be released soon, on the 25th of February, 2016, if you are watching this far, far in the future. In which case, hello, and I hope we have flying cars. Regardless, this game is put out by two gentlemen, Alex Satori Prokhorov and Anton Panarox Pozdyanikov, and I apologize if I mangled those names with my crude Western tongue, but these guys have put together a really delightful little game. It bills itself as a sandbox god game with minimalistic, colorful art, and it certainly is that. It's kind of a mix between Dungeon Keeper, Fallout Shelter, with a little bit of Dwarf Fortress thrown in. And I really, really enjoy it. And I'd like to get started and show you a little bit of it. Remember, it is in beta, so not everything, I'm sure, is complete. Right from the start, think about future generations. So this is our bunker. I had to stop myself there from saying vault. A vault is not what it is. It is a bunker. And this is the entrance. Now, like any management game, you have to keep your settlers happy, and you do this by providing them with ample areas to store their waste, ample areas to store food and creation of food, and then you build by utilizing ore veins to get ore, which is then turned into building materials, which is then turned into all the other wonderful things that you can build. Now, the two resources that you need most dearly are water and air, because you are in an underground vault. Another very valuable resource is electricity, and one of the things this game does really cool, and by the way, I'm going to pause it so that my people don't go crazy while I'm not doing anything, is it has a water table and a electricity table. So in addition to laying out materials and rooms in the base game, you then go down and make sure that everything is powered up and watered up. Is that the right word? Watered up? Anyway. So the reason I say it's a little bit like Dwarf Fortress is because you have to dig out rock to create new rooms. And let's see, what else is interesting about it? Well, of course, you do not have children in the traditional manner in the bunker. Instead, you grow them in an incubator. And if you have the right amount of research, you can even predetermine what type of person they're going to be, which is a fantastic thing to do. Now, you get started off with these people, and some of your people are predilected to specific tasks. Like, for example, Alessandra, it's a beautiful name, could potentially be a worker or a janitor. And then you have cook, engineer, very important because things are breaking down all the time, and a farmer, and a scientist. And one thing that I had to learn the hard way is that a scientist is also a medic, so you definitely need one of those. So to start off with, we need workers. So let's see. Perfect. And we need janitors. And what I'll do is I'll transition one of these people over to medic once it becomes necessary. And a cook is a good thing to have. An engineer is definitely a good thing to have. And we'll get them ready for farming work, even though we don't have any farms yet. Should I have two farmers? Or should I go with... Let's start with two engineers and one farmer. And then we'll move one of these janitors over to scientists when the time comes. Alright, good. So we have babies coming. We are in the process of segmenting out our population. And now we get to kind of look at things and decide what we want to do. Well, the first thing we need is building materials. So let's get right on that. If you click the Destroy tab, you can go in and, believe it or not, destroy things. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to get rid of some of this rock here. And this kind of stuff here, you cannot dig through just yet. You need to research to get to it. But so you confirm that you want this to happen. And your workers should, if you're lucky, tick out this area and get it ready to go. You have to maintain a wary eye on everything, because if you run out of food, your people start getting mad because they're starving. If you run out of air, your people start getting mad because they can no longer breathe. And if you run out of storage for waste, people just start putting their garbage anywhere. And I don't think you want to imagine what happens when you run out of toilets. I really like the music in this game. I know you can't hear it right now, but it's going to come up again soon, I'm sure. But it's just so calming and zen. This is one of those games that just makes you feel relaxed. Even though everything is going to pot and that your place is falling apart, I still find that it's just a really enjoyable and relaxing game. Now we want to go to production here and go to a mining machine and build that. That's perfect. Now a mining machine, however, requires some stuff. I believe it requires electricity. We'll find out soon. In the meantime, we're going to dig out some more area, because in addition to our mining machine, we need a few other things as well. Let's kind of check the layout here. So this looks like it's the edge of the map. Yeah, so there's not much we can really do here. We can probably put some storage in here, though, so let's do that. Let's dig all this out. Alright, so the mining machine does indeed require electricity. So you want to go to the electrical grid. You want to go to your walls, floors, and electricity and water. And you find a power cable here. Now this is powered up, so all we have to do is run the cable here, and that should be enough to power up our item. And our workers will get right on that. The next thing we have to do, though, is because ore by itself is not worth a whole ton to us, we need to refine it. So you'll notice in production that we have an refinery. However, a refinery is a special type of building that requires a concrete floor. Just one thing to note, there are frequent earthquakes in the game, and that rains debris down upon you and your settlers. In order to alleviate that, you have to build floors, which also build ceilings as well. You can also build walls, though I'm not sure if they have the same effect. So first off, we need a concrete floor. Let's put that here. You have 4 different floor types. There's blue polycarbonate, red polycarbonate, concrete, and metal. Polycarbonates are pretty much your basic floors, and then metal and concrete are required for certain things to be built on top of them. Okay, excellent. And since the refinery is right next to this, it should be powered up simply by being, well, next to it. And let's go ahead and floor up this area as well. Alright, beautiful. That'll keep it a bit more secure. See? Small earthquakes can cause a landfall on empty tiles. You also can occasionally get attacked by mole men, which is really fun. So I'm going to use this place here for storage. So, first of all, a fridge... Okay, a fridge does not require a concrete or metal floor. So storage doesn't require any of that. Okay, perfect. Oh, but I thought there would be an extra... It might not be big enough for storage. Yeah, that's a problem. I guess what we could do is we could get rid of the wall. Thanks, folks. Oh, meanwhile, our refinery is working. That's lovely. Our babies are going to pop out any day now. But if we get this wall down, then we can just increase the size of this room, put the storage up against the edge, and make a little bit of a walkway here. That seems like a good way to do it to me. Alright, lovely. We're just going to leave that be for right now, though, because we're currently doing okay in all the areas where we need storage. What we're going to need right away is food. So let's think about that. I think this is a good area for food here near the entrance. So let's crack this open here and start some digging. Yep. And we have a second ore vein down here if we need to use that as well. Let's take a look at our people here. Julia is just kind of standing in the corner, minding her own business. Why? I don't know. Julia, what do you do for a living? She's an engineer. Ah, right. Nothing is broken yet, so I guess she's unnecessary. She will be quite soon, though, because things tend to break a lot. All right, here's more of this material that you cannot do anything with. As you can see, you need research. You have to research a... It says tampered drill bit, but I think they might mean tempered. Certainly, utilizing a drill bit that someone has tampered with is probably not an ideal scenario. Alright, lovely. So this is going to be our kitchen. So one thing you need in a kitchen, any self-respecting kitchen, needs metal floors. Let's build those. Yeah, the music is great. Alright, so that's built up. So the next thing we want to do is we want to build a farm. In this case, a vegetable patch. Lovely. And... someone died. Why on earth would someone die? Our great Shira Coelho. Igor twisted his ankle. Her laughter was like a song for our ears. She slipped in the toilet, and she's been infected with mole man rabies. Oh my gosh. That's tragic. Alright, what do we need here? Power and water. Shouldn't be too hard. Well, speak for yourself, Marcus. Alright, so let's do... I guess we'll run the water pipe through here. And then through here. Like that. That should be fine. And power... Oh, power will be easier. Just like that. Lovely. So farming the food is all well and good, but then you need to cook it. And that requires a kitchen. There we go. There's our kitchen. Let's lay out some polycarbonate flooring as well. Lovely. Alright, so now that we have our kitchen and our farm, we need to have a dining room. And you know what? There's plenty of room here in the entrance for that. I don't need to excavate anything else, so let's go ahead and put our canteen table right here. It's a lovely place for it. And we need to run a bit more water and electricity. Lovely. Alright, so once that's done, we'll have a source of vegetables. We will have a place to cook them and a place to eat them. And all that's required at that point is a place to store them. Lovely. Let's get that floor going here. Oh, there are our children. There's Katsumi. Isa. And... no, Julia. Is Julia a kid? I don't know. But once these floors are done, we will be producing some storage items. It's always a good idea to keep an eye on your building materials and your ore supply, but I think we're okay for right now. So we're going to have vegetables. So we're going to put them here. That's our fridge. And over here we're going to put a waste container, because we generate a lot of waste, surprisingly. And that should be good for now. I think our fridge requires electricity. Lovely. Alright. Now, what we need, ladies and gentlemen, is facilities. So let's do that right here by the dining room here. Thank you, people who live here. Yep, fridge is doing good, and we'll set it for vegetables. Because that is what we were producing and cooking and eating. Alright, and do our... So the shower pods and the toilets do not require electricity. That's good. Come on, guys. Let's do some digging, huh? How about that, too? Let's just excavate out this whole area. Uh-oh. There's a mole man. And that is the rift or whatnot that goes down to the next level of our cavern. Okay. Man, I'm doing far better at this than I did in the previous try-through. Alright, come on, guys. Make this happen, huh? And there comes the mole man, but we just whacked the heck out of him. That'll teach him. Oh, there's mole man number 2. You shouldn't fight him alone, sir. Bring a friend. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. He won. Alright. Let's put a little wall here behind the kitchen. Good. And let's start getting some facilities. So people need to shower. And I believe the arrow is the direction they have to enter it from, so we'll put that there. And they also have to do their business. So we'll put that there. And a second shower there. Lovely. And if showers require water, that makes a lot of sense. So let us provide them with some, huh? Just go right down the hallway. Yeah, and toilets require water too. Sensible. I think because they're next to each other, they'll share the same water. That is my thought. My thought and my most fervent hope. And now we have little Isa here hanging out by this dark rift down into the depths. I don't know if that's necessarily the best idea, Isa. But you know what? Carry on. What can we do here? We can... I want them now to have a place to exercise. And of course we also are going to need an infirmary and a place to do research. So let's dig that out. Lovely. And you can kind of take a look at how things are going by looking at your utilities. So we're currently producing 16 water, or oxygen I should say, using 12. We're producing 450 kilowatts and using 245. But we're almost out of water, as you can see here. So that is the next step we have to take here. A water pump. A water pump has to be built on a concrete floor. I can do that. In fact, let's just do that here in the mining room. Using the middle mouse button, you should be able to turn around like this. And you can also use the Q and E keys. It's probably faster and better. I over-rely on the mouse sometimes. You know, there's no point in not utilizing this area, so let's dig all this out. Then we'll build a wall here. Alright, now that we have our concrete floor, let's get our water pump. And it'd probably be a good idea to connect our water pump to the water grid. And I'm sure it requires power. So... let's do that as well. Oop. These poor folks just got rained on, but it looks like it has not hurt their health in any way. Once we build the pipe, I will seal this area off with the wall. And, oh, look, someone's eating. Vale Manirakiza is eating lunch. Well, that's nice. Oh, whoops. Still doing okay with materials. There's little Isa again. Looks like they're building the power right now. And we're good. We are all the way live. Alright, lovely. No. There we go. Alright, so our water problem has been improved a little bit. So now this is going to be an all-purpose room here. We're going to have some recreation, first of all. And that will take the form of exercycles. And your announcements, in case you're wondering, come off here to the side of the screen. Like, for example, we just learned that Katsumi has become old enough to work. And we can look at this again. So our new people are Takumi. She can be a engineer or a cook, basically, which we don't really need right now. I wish she could do something a bit more useful. And Katsumi. So Katsumi can be a farmer as well. Again, not so useful. We'll make her a janitor for right now. And I guess a cook... I mean, meh. And Isa, however, little Isa who's been running around, she will be our medic, which is just in time. Because we are going to build an infirmary. Alright. How about there? An infirmary requires power. That should do it. Yeah, we're looking good. We might need a little bit of oxygen soon, but not just yet. Alright, so now they can exercise. You can exercise? No. You're slacking, Katsumi. Don't do that. Alright. And now we have our infirmary. We are soon to be connecting it to power. So now that that's done, let's get rid of all this. Oops, well, whatever. We'll leave that. That's fine. That's fine. Oh, mole men. Okay, so one of our power cables has been damaged, but that's okay, because we have engineers all over the place. I don't want to destroy. I want to see... Oh, Katsumi just took a real beating. Good thing we have an infirmary. Alright, and we should build a wall here. Lovely. Maybe not all the way. Maybe just here. Actually, I kind of like the idea that there is a doorway here. Let's leave that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is Life in Bunker, and it's just a fun, kind of casual, charming game. It's very relaxing in my opinion. I enjoy playing it, and it will be released, as I said, on February the 25th, 2016, put out by Flox Studios, who I am very impressed with, and I look forward to seeing what they do in the future. Once again, I am Marcus Aurelius. I'd like to thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.